open up an invoice, and I will open the Kimdo invoice, or perhaps we just open the one that we just created and see how we can, work on it. And then we'll go to the other one when we want to make the payment. Opening an invoice that you just created for a customer. This is exactly what we called open invoicing when you're talking about customer and service account KYC separation. I created an invoice, I did not put in a service account, and I can be able to use this to bill for certain services. I can come here and I can type anything, put a price on it, and add that item to the invoice, and I could bill it. So that's what you call an open invoice. I could add services. Remember we talked about in the services section, we talked about categories. Suppose I've got just a service here that is unrelated to internet. Maybe it's a general category. I could select it. It will pick the price in that package, in that service, and I could add that. Finally, I could take items from the store directly and I could punch those in and I could add them. So this is essentially an open invoice, and the system also utilizes all these while it's doing its automated billing. I could be able to come in here and believe I can punch in a discount. I think it's a discount of, oh, this is a discount amount. Oh, sorry, it's not a percentage. Good. So there's discount amount. I can put in a specific discount amount, and you can see the amount due has been updated to 6 despite a subtotal being around 10. So discount has been applied, and you see it's telling me I need to complete the invoice before accepting payment, and there's attachments down here I can be able to put. Let's look at a recurring invoice. A recurring, or perhaps even let's just create even a pro forma invoice here in the same fashion. Let's see how that's created. Same person. Let me go back. I just want to, obviously the difference is that you can't actually post payment to this one. Pro forma invoices, you can't post payment to them. The payment is just there so that we have is more or less the same invoice entity, just with the difference in numbers. So you can see that the invoice number is now PM. It's not INV, it's PINV for pro forma invoice. So this is what we have, and when we have detected there's funds in the account, we convert this one into a regular invoice like so and complete, and you can see it has gotten an invoice number against it. And then we still keep the pro forma invoice number, and as a matter of fact you can even search it. We still keep it somewhere in the background. You can search for it and you can be able to proceed that way. Let's go and open up an invoice that was created by the system, the one that we did for the Kimdo, and you can see it was like a 200 Mbps service, and the money is already in the wallet and we can actually pay for it. So this is how you'd be able to see when there's funds available to pay for that invoice. This is what you'll be able to see. And suppose we go to that service account and we confirm, you see it's saying pending payment. We go to that customer account. You can see even the wallet from here without going to the customer. You can see that the invoice is here. Payment is not there, but there's a transaction. We'll talk about transactions next, I think. We'll talk about how this one came about. For now, let's go back to the invoice and execute an invoice payment. There's a difference between payments coming into the system and transactions and payments going into the invoice. So this is a different entity. So we pay from the wallet. We don't pay directly from M-Pesa. So we pay from the wallet. We don't pay directly from whatever payment entity that there is. So let's just punch in our password and post payment to this invoice. So I've posted payment, and now it's zero due. If I go back to the service account, I should be able to see that the status has changed. Now I'm getting activate account status provisioning. If I go to the customer, I'll be able to see that there is no money left, and even the invoice is fully paid. So let's go back to the invoice. You can see that there's we also have credit notes that you can be able to create in the system. In a similar manner, you can punch in whatever it is that you want or get your data from the entries, and you could go about creating that, and the serial number is abbreviated with a CN. So let me go back to invoice. I'd like to locate an invoice that is for renewal so that we can be able to note the distinction for a renewal invoice. Good. So this is an example of a renewal invoice. You see that the description has a period by which the client was actually billed for. And this is exactly what will happen once you activate the account on that Kimdo fictional customer of ours. They will get a period of validity for their subscription. And of course, you can always be able to see the payment down here. Activity logs, they're always going to tell you, the transition, what really happened to this one. It was, you can see the system says Akron created a pro forma invoice on this particular date, then billing period was updated on this particular date. So it gives you a nice trail log to see whatever it is that transpired with this particular invoice. Thinking as far as invoices are concerned, that is about it. So the next one, we're going to look at payments, and after that we look at at transactions, and I think probably we'll just cover them, payment and transactions, all in one go, because you can't talk about one without talking about the other. So we look at them in one go and finalize on that billing section with M-Pesa configuration.